guys, it's Danielle with D Crochet. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to talk about post stitches. So thank you again for joining me. If you haven't done so, please subscribe, and then also if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if not, please let me know why. You can get a hold of me on YouTube. You can email me at dmadecrochet@gmail.com, or we're also on Instagram at dmadecrochet. All right, let's get started. So post stitches, from what I understand, are made for texture in a project. And so what I have on screen right now is a scarf that I'm working on. It's actually a really simple pattern. I'm probably going to make a tutorial for this here soon, but the first row is of double crochets, and then the next row, or I'm sorry, half double crochets, and then the next rows are made with post stitches. Then there's 2 rows of half doubles, and then another 2 rows of post stitches. And so what it does is, with these post stitches, it pops them out so that they feel like they're raised almost. So if you're feeling the rest of the fabric, it's flat. And then these 2 rows of half double post stitches are raised, so you can definitely feel them. So that's, from my understanding, what post stitches are for, is just to add texture. They're very, very easy to make, and to be honest, it gives your work a whole different look just by doing these simple post stitches. So we're going to go ahead and move this. And then I've got my trusty swatch that I've already started for teaching. It's our good old orange yarn. So all I have here is I have 17 half double crochet, or I'm sorry, 17 double crochets. Now mind you, you can do post stitches with any single, half double, double, or treble, but I'm just going to do it with double crochet to show you. So I'm going to chain, so I'm at the end of the row, and I'm going to chain up 3 to get to the height that I need. 2, 3. I'm turning my work like a book. Okay, so this little row of double crochets is just your normal run-of-the-mill double crochet. Now what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, and we're going to make what's called a front post double crochet. Now there are also back post double crochet. We'll get into that in a second. What I'm going to do, instead of going under the 2 legs of the V like we would, like we're going into that double crochet, we're going around it. So what I have on my hook right now, I have 2 loops. I have the working loop, and then I have the yarn over that you always do at the beginning of a double crochet. So again, with this very first double crochet, I'm not going under the 2 legs of the V like I normally would, and then I'm also not going to go under just the back leg or the front leg if I was doing not front post, but front loop only or back loop only stitches. What I'm going to do is, if you feel the construction of this first double crochet, you'll feel that it's like a bar, right? There's that vertical bar that makes up the body of the stitch. What I'm going to do is I am going to take my hook, and I'm going to go behind that bar. So you're not going into the stitch at all, you're going behind it. Okay, you are going to put your hook between the body or the bar of that double crochet and the next one. So there's that space between this very first double crochet and the one right next to it. You're going to go into that space from behind the first double crochet. Now that you have what you will have on your hook is, you're going to have the working loop of yarn. You're going to have that first yarn over you do for a double crochet, and then you've got the body of that very first double crochet on the row. Then you're going to yarn over, you're going to pull through 2. Okay, then you've got 3 loops left on hook. You're going to yarn over again, pull through 3. You got 2 loops left. You're going to yarn over, pull through everything. Okay, and what you're going to feel, and for this first one is it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel like your stitch is out of place. But if you feel that front post double that we just made, it does line up with the body of the stitch that you went around. So it's just going to feel like that stitch is a lot taller. All right, so we're going to do it again. We're going to go into the next, or around the next one. So now what you're going to do is that same space you went into to get around this one, so the space between the first double and the second double on the row, you're going to go in there. You're not going to go through these legs of the V. We're not messing with the V's at all. We're going around the bar of the stitch, or the body of the stitch. Okay? So, and if you think about it, the construction of this double crochet, so like if you're thinking of the body as that straight line, right? It's the bar, and then the V's kind of come out to the right from the top of it, if that makes sense. But you're not messing with the V's again. You're going around. So we're going into that space, the very first space between the first two stitches in the row. You're going in from the front to the back. So your hook is going to be pointing towards, like, away from you. Okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to put your hook through the next space in the row. So the second space in the row. Okay, so now you've got the body of this second double crochet kind of pushed forward by the body of your hook. So what you've got on hook now is you've got the working loop, you've got the first yarn over of a double crochet just like normal, and then instead of the two legs of the V, you've got the body of the next double crochet on hook. So then you're going to yarn over like you would with a regular double crochet. The rest of this is exactly like you would do a double crochet if you were going through the V's. It's just you're not messing with the V's. So then you want to pull through 2. You've got 3 left on hook. Yarn over. You'll have 4 left on hook. Pull through 3. You've got 2 left on hook. Yarn over. Pull through everything. Okay? And this ends up, when you're doing post stitches, you're pushing the bodies of these stitches outwards. So right now, if I were to lay my work flat, took my hook out of it, if I lay my work flat, hang on, I'm a little tangled. Okay. What I've got so far is I've got these 2 double crochet. So you've got the 3 chains that we did to come up to the height of the row. So those are fine. Those are going to lay flat. And then you've got these 2 front post double crochets that are kind of sticking straight up. So they're not going to lay flat because they're pushed forward. Okay? So we're going to do a few more of these, and I'll talk them through. And I just got new lights in here, so I'm trying to figure out where to put the iPad. So I'm sorry if there's a glare. I think it's okay, but I just want to make sure that it gets brighter in here, because my last tutorial with the scrunchie was a disaster. Like, it just kept getting darker and darker and darker. So anyway, I just got new lights. All right, so we are now moving on to the 3rd stitch on this. And when I say on the row, I mean on the row below. So this row of regular double crochets. So here again, I'm going to go into the space between the 2nd and 3rd stitches on the row with my hook. My hook is facing away from me, okay? Now I'm going to go through from behind. I'm going to go through the 3rd and 4th space behind that 3rd double crochet, and I'm pushing the body of that stitch forward with my hook. Okay, now I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2. I've got 3 loops left on hook, yarn over, I'm going to pull through 3. I've got 2 loops left on hook, yarn over, pull through everything. Okay, so that is a front post double crochet, and you'll feel, and honestly, after you get past this first row, you're truly going to be able to feel the difference of, like, with the next row, if you did it with regular double crochets, you would be able to feel that this row of front post is kind of pushed out forward. Now I'm going to just do a couple of regular double crochets next to this, just so that we can do a few back post double crochets. And the back post double crochets it's the same idea, except you're pushing the body of that stitch back towards, like, away from you, so that the bodies of the stitches will push out towards the back of your work, okay? All right, I'm gonna do one more here just to give us some space between those front posts and the back posts, and then I'm gonna take my hook out to show you what we're working with. Okay, so if I lay it flat now, I have these 3 front post double crochet. So we've got the chain 3 space that we used, or it's not the space, but the chain 3 that we used to get up to height. That's all good and dandy. Next, we've got these 3 front post double crochets that are pushed out towards you. Okay, and that's what you did with when you push them towards you with the body of your hook. And we have 3 regular ones, and they're just in line like they should be. And so now we're gonna do back post. Okay, so with the back post double crochet, you're gonna do the opposite of what you did for the front. Okay, so instead of going through the next space and then pushing the body of that stitch forward and then coming out the space after that, you're going to go in from the front, or I'm sorry, you're going to go in from the back. Okay, so before with this front post double crochet, we were going in, starting with our hook closer to us and then pushing it towards the back and then coming back through and bringing that stitch towards us. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go through the back. Okay, so put your finger in the space between your 2 stitches, and it's the right hand space. Okay, and again, I'm right-handed, and so my work is work is facing 9 o'clock, so I'm crocheting to the left. So I've got my fingers on the body of a double crochet, and I want to do this as a back post. So the right space, the space immediately to the right of my double crochet, I'm putting my hook in there from the back. So I'm actually pushing my work forward a little bit, and I'm putting my hook in from the back. So then when I put the hook in the space, the hook point is facing like my chin. So it's or my chest. Okay? So then what you're going to do is you're going to let's see. Oh, I have too many going on there. Sorry. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to put my hook, right? So we've got the point on the, like it's pushing back the body of this next stitch. So all we're going to do is, so you've got the hook through the right hand stitch, you're pushing the body back. So this left hand stitch directly to the left of the body that you're pushing back, the body of the stitch you're pushing back, you're going to put your hook back through there. So then, and it's okay to like flip your work forward. And when I say forward, I mean like toward, so like flip it. If you're holding it where it's facing to the left, you can turn it to where it's facing the table or the ground or your, your lap or whatever. And so now what I have on my hook, I have the working loop, I have the yarn over that starts our double crochet, and then I have the body of this stitch that I want to use for my back post double. Now I'm just going to yarn over as you would, a regular double crochet. I'm going to pull through 2. I've got 3 left on hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 3. Got 2 left on hook, yarn over, and pull through everything. Okay? All right, and so you'll be able to feel immediately that what you did was you pushed the body of that stitch back. Okay, so you pushed it so that it sticks out facing the back instead of facing you. It's facing away from you, if that makes sense. All right, let's do another one. So I have my working loop on hook, and then I have the yarn over that you do to start a double crochet. And so then I'm going to, and it's okay to even turn your work at this point just so that you can get a good feel for where the back, for the next space. So you want to poke your hook through that next space so that it is facing your chest. The tip of that hook is facing your chest. Okay? Then all you're going to do is so then you've got the body kind of pushed back already. The body of that next double crochet is kind of pushed back already. So what you're going to do is the space immediately to the left of the body of that double crochet, you're going to push your hook through that. So now your hook is no longer pointing to your chest, it's pointing away from you. Okay, and so on hook, what you're going to have is the working loop your first yarn over for the stitch, the body of that double crochet, and it's poked out away from you, and then you want to yarn over, pull through 2, okay, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and that finished your double crochet. All right, we're gonna do it again. And this one, to me, the back post double has always been a little bit more difficult, just because I had to remember to put my hook going through the back, because normally we work on the front of our work, and we don't you know, we don't tend to do anything with our hook other than either go straight across or maybe doing, you know, one loop or the other. But because you're pushing your hook in from behind, and you're going through these spaces instead of just the top of the row, it can take a little bit. All right, so I have my working loop and my yarn over on my hook. I'm pushing my hook through the next space so that the tip of the hook is facing me, or is pointing towards me. Then I'm going to push the body of that next double crochet to the back, and then I'm going to push my hook through that left hand space after the double crochet. I'm going to finish my double crochet per usual. And then we have another back post double crochet. So then this, what you're going to feel is a little bit more pronounced with this, because you're pushing the bodies of these stitches backwards away from you. All you're going to feel on the front of your work is going to be a line of those V's, because remember, we didn't mess with the V's. Now, I honestly don't know what sort of scientific magic, you know, whatever reason it is, but what you're going to feel is those V's that we didn't mess with. Okay, and then you're going to feel the new double crochets that we did, the new back posts. You're going to feel them almost like they're standing behind those V's. Okay, so let's do another front post just to review it real quickly. All right, so with the front post, again, what you're going to do is you're going to put your hook in from the front. So you know how in the back post we've been going in from the back so that the point of the hook is pointing to us. We want to do the opposite here. So we want to put our hook in from the front so that the point of the hook is pointing away from us. And then we want to push the body of that stitch forward, and then pop our hook back through the space directly to the left of this body that we're pushing forward. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through everything. Okay, so that's it. That's all that post stitches are. And you can do the same thing with singles, half doubles, trebles, and they really do add a lot of texture to your work. And like with this other piece that I'm working on with this scarf, what I did to achieve, because if you do one row of front post and one row of back post, one row front, one row back, what's going to end up happening is you're going to have these bars of they're going to feel like ridges. I didn't want a ridged look. I just wanted these two lines to be a little bit different from the rest of it. So what I did was, on the first row I did front post, and then on the next row I did front post again. And that was just so that the stitches that popped out, the ones that are, you know, kind of poked out, were both facing the same direction, so that I got the pronounced sort of three-dimensional fat rows and this look that I wanted to get. So it's really, really easy, you guys. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, if you need a little bit of a different explanation, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great evening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.